Hey everyone, welcome to Bookish Dives, the show where we take a deep dive into a new book every episode to uncover the most fascinating and valuable insights.
That's right, we cut through all the fluff and bring you those golden nuggets of knowledge that can really make a difference in your life.
And today we're diving into The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma.
Now, this book might sound like your typical self-help book, but it's so much more than that.
It's a wild ride. It's a part self-help, part fable, even a little bit of thriller thrown in there.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too.
The storytelling is really unique.
Definitely, it's what keeps you hooked.
So let's talk about the main characters. We've got a struggling entrepreneur, a talented but burnt-out artist, and then there's this mysterious billionaire mentor figure.
Yeah, they call him the Spellbinder and Mr. Riley in the book.
Talk about an enigma.
Right. A billionaire who chooses to live like he's homeless, it makes you question everything you think you know about success.
Exactly. So these three characters, they meet at a personal optimization conference. You know, the kind where everyone's looking for that secret to unlock their potential.
Oh yeah, those conferences.
And the entrepreneur, she's immediately skeptical of this billionaire's teachings.
As you would be.
But then things take a dark turn when a death threat enters the picture.
That's where the thriller element comes in. It adds this whole other layer of suspense and really makes you think about your own priorities.
It's like Sharma saying, hey, wake up, life is short and precious, you need to make the most of it.
And that ties in perfectly with the whole 5 a.m. club philosophy, right? Seize the day before the day seizes you.
Exactly. So let's break down this 5 a.m. club. What does it actually look like?
Well, the core of it is what Sharma calls the 20-20-20 formula.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So the first 20 minutes are dedicated to intense exercise.
Got it. Get that heart pumping.
Yeah, it's about jump-starting your metabolism, waking up your brain, getting those endorphins flowing.
Makes sense.
Then you move into the reflect block, which is 20 minutes of journaling and introspection.
So this is where you get to connect with yourself.
Exactly. It's about quieting the mind, reflecting on your thoughts and feelings, setting intentions for the day.
I love that. It's like taking a mental inventory before you dive into the craziness of the day.
Precisely. And then the final 20 minutes are for growth.
Okay, so this is where we feed our minds.
Exactly. It's about expanding your knowledge, cultivating a growth mindset. So reading, listening to podcasts, taking online courses, anything that helps you learn and evolve.
I like it. So it's like a three-pronged approach: move, reflect, grow.
That's it. And Sharma argues that by mastering this first hour of your day, you gain this incredible advantage in all areas of your life.
Okay, so it's not just about productivity. It's about overall well-being, too.
Right. He calls these areas the four interior empires: mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set.
Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Let's unpack these empires. What does he mean by mindset?
Well, mindset is all about developing a positive and proactive mental attitude.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
But it's more than just positive thinking. It's about cultivating discipline focus and a relentless pursuit of excellence.
So it's about really taking control of your thoughts and belief.
Exactly. Remember that example he gives about Formula One pit crews?
Yes, he's obsessed with those guys.
He uses them as a metaphor for developing what he calls a world-class mindset. Every detail matters. Every action contributes to the ultimate goal.
So it's about bringing that level of intention and precision to everything you do.
Right, whether it's a major work project or something as simple as making your bed.
No task is too small.
Exactly. And he also talks about this concept of poverty of ambition.
What's that?
He argues that most people limit themselves by setting small goals and settling for mediocrity.
It's like we're playing it safe, afraid to really go after what we want.
Exactly. So he encourages us to cultivate a possibility mindset.
I like that. So instead of focusing on limitations, we focus on potential.
Exactly. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and surrounding yourself with people who inspire and support you.
He calls those people the heroic human circle, right?
Yes. It's that community of like-minded individuals who push each other to achieve their full potential.
It's like having your own personal cheer squad, but they also challenge you to be better.
Exactly. And that brings us to heart set.
Okay, so this is about mastering our emotions.
Right. It's about developing emotional intelligence resilience and the ability to manage our thoughts and feelings effectively.
So it's not about suppressing our emotions, but about understanding and using them to our advantage.
Exactly. And he emphasizes that true success is not just about external achievements.
You've got to be more to it than that.
Right. It's also about cultivating inner peace, joy, and fulfillment.
So heart set is about finding that balance between achieving and feeling good.
Exactly. And then we have health set.
Okay, so this is the physical well-being part.
Yes, but he takes a holistic approach to it.
Meaning?
It's not just about diet and exercise, although those are important. It's also about getting enough sleep, managing stress, and prioritizing deep, meaningful connections with others.
So it's about taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
Exactly. He even talks about taking regular, deep refueling cycles.
What are those?
Essentially, it's giving yourself extended periods of rest and rejuvenation to prevent burnout and maintain peak performance.
So like hitting the reset button.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we're not machines. We need time to recharge and reconnect with
I
ourselves.
think we could all use a little more of that.
Definitely. And then finally, we have soul set.
Okay, this one sounds a little more mystical.
It is. It's about connecting with your deeper purpose, your values, and the legacy you want to leave behind.
So it's about living a life that is aligned with your true self.
Exactly. It's about finding meaning and fulfillment beyond material success.
So Soulfit is about figuring out what really matters to you and then living in accordance with those values.
Precisely. And he encourages us to cultivate our soul set through practices like meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, and engaging in acts of service.
So it's about nurturing that inner connection.
Exactly. He believes that true wealth lies in the richness of our experiences, the depth of our relationships, and the positive impact we make on the world.
So it's not about how much money you have or what kind of car you drive, about how you live your life.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here just in these 4 interior empires alone.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. But I think it's fascinating how Sharma connects these inner aspects of ourselves with the idea of waking up early.
Yeah, it's not just about getting a head start on your day. It's about creating a life that is aligned with your values and your vision for yourself.
So the 5 a.m. Club is really a framework for personal transformation.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's about taking ownership of your life and creating something truly meaningful.
And that's a powerful message.
It is.
Now, I'm curious about something.
What's that?
Out of these 4 interior empires, which one resonates with you the most?
You know, they're all so interconnected, it's hard to choose just one.
Right.
But I'd say mindset really speaks to me.
Mindset.
Yeah, it's the foundation.
Okay.
You can't really build anything without a solid foundation.
That's true.
If you don't believe in yourself, if you're constantly doubting yourself, it's hard to make progress in any area of your life.
So how do we strengthen that mindset muscle?
Well, Sharma talks a lot about discipline and self-control.
Discipline.
He actually shares this story about practicing something he calls the tight bubble of total focus.
The tight bubble of total focus.
Yeah, it's about training yourself to eliminate distractions and just focus completely on the task at hand.
Easier said than done.
Right. But he used to practice this by going to noisy cafe.
Noisy cafes.
Yeah, and forcing himself to concentrate on his work despite all the commotion around him.
Oh, wow.
So it's like building up your mental immunity to distractions.
That's a great analogy, especially in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with notifications and information overload.
Exactly. And he emphasizes that self-discipline isn't about being harsh on yourself.
It's not about punishment.
No, it's about making conscious choices that align with your goals and values.
So it's about being in the driver's seat of your own life.
That's a great way to put it.
He also talks a lot about the importance of mentorship, right? Finding those people who can guide and support you.
Yeah, the heroic human circle.
Right.
He believes that surrounding yourself with positive, ambitious people is crucial for growth.
It's like having your own personal board of advisors.
Exactly. Remember that scene in the book where he gathers the entrepreneur and the artist together with all these other successful people?
Yeah.
It's like he's creating this mastermind group, this support system for people who are striving for excellence.
I love that.
It's a reminder that we don't have to do it alone.
We all need that support system.
Exactly. And he also acknowledges that success isn't always easy.
There's a dark side.
Right? He talks about his own struggles with work-life balance, perfectionism, the pressure to constantly perform at a high level.
It's not all sunshine and roses.
Definitely. And he emphasizes the importance of prioritizing our well-being, taking breaks, nurturing our relationships.
So it's about finding that balance between striving for success and taking care of yourself.
Exactly. He even talks about the dangers of what he calls hustle addiction.
Hustle addiction.
Yeah, it's that feeling like you always have to be doing more, always have to be pushing yourself to the limit.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, it's a common trap, but he argues that true success is not about sacrificing your health and well-being.
It's about sustainability.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the 5 a.m. club routine. It's not just about squeezing more into your day.
About something deeper.
Right. It's about starting your day with intention, clarity, purpose, setting yourself up for success in all areas of your life.
And one of the things I found really interesting was this concept of transient hypofrontality.
Oh, yeah, that's fascinating.
It's a mouthful.
It is, but basically it's that state where the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and decision-making, kind of quiets down.
So you're less inhibited.
Exactly, and that allows for more creative and intuitive thinking to emerge.
It's like giving your brain permission to wander to make new connections.
Yeah, and Sharma believes that the 5 a.m. routine, with its blend of exercise, reflection, and learning, can actually induce this state of transient hypofrontality.
So it's like a brain hack.
It is. It's about strategically designing your morning routine to optimize your cognitive function.
That's so cool.
And he gives a lot of practical tips for doing just that.
Like what?
Well, for example, he talks about the importance of exposing yourself to natural light first thing in the morning.
Get that sunshine.
Yeah, it helps regulate your circadian rhythm, boost your energy levels, improve your mood.
So opening the curtains is not just a nice thing to do, it's actually good for your brain.
Exactly. And he also suggests incorporating mindfulness practices into your morning routine.
Things like meditation. Yeah, or deep breathing exercises. Anything that helps calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and improve focus. So it's like creating a buffer between you and the chaos of the day.
Exactly. And he emphasizes that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Everyone's different.
Right. What works for one person may not work for another. So it's about finding what works best for you within that 20-20-20 framework.
So it's about personalization.
Exactly. It's about taking ownership of your mornings and designing them in a way that empowers you to live your best life.
I love that. Now, I'm curious, what would your ideal 20-20-20 routine look like?
Oh, man. So many possibilities.
So many, right. Okay, so let's say the alarm goes off. It's 5 a.m. What's the first thing you're doing?
All right. So for that first 20 minutes, the move block, I'd probably start with some yoga just to kind of loosen up and get centered.
Okay, yeah.
Then I'd transition into a brisk walk or run outdoors. You know, I need that fresh air and natural light to really feel energized.
Yeah, getting out in nature is so important. I feel like it sets the tone for the whole day.
Totally. Then for my reflect block, journaling is a must for me.
Journaling, yeah.
It helps me process my thoughts, clear out any mental clutter, and really set my intention for the day.
Love that.
I'd probably also sprinkle in some gratitude practice.
Attitude.
Yeah. Just taking a few moments to list out things I'm thankful for. It's a simple practice, but it really helps shift your perspective.
Yeah, just kind of reminds you all the good stuff.
Exactly. And then for the grow block, oh man, this is where I could really nerd out.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I'd probably rotate between reading something thought-provoking, listening to a podcast or two,
Of course.
and maybe even squeezing in a quick online course. I love learning new things.
Like giving your brain a nutritious breakfast.
Right. Little food for thought.
So it sounds like you've really taken this 20-20-20 formula and made it your own.
Yeah, it's not about being rigid. It's about finding what works for you and your lifestyle.
It's about creating a routine that empowers you, not restricts you.
That's the key. And ultimately, it's not just about personal productivity. It's about aligning your actions with your values.
Right. It's about living a life that feels authentic and meaningful.
And I think that brings us to one of the most powerful takeaways from the 5 a.m. Club, this idea of becoming a history maker.
History maker. Yeah, what does that even mean?
To me, it means recognizing that we all have the potential to make a difference in the world.
So it's not just about achieving success for yourself.
It's about leaving a positive impact.
Right. It's about using your talents and resources to contribute to something bigger than yourself.
Exactly. And Sharma really emphasizes that anyone can be a history maker.
It's not limited to certain people.
No, it's about having the courage, the compassion, the commitment to make a difference.
It's a pretty inspiring message.
It is. It's a call to action to step up and create the change we want to see in the world.
And I think the 5 a.m. Club, with its emphasis on self-discipline and personal mastery, provides a really solid framework for doing just that.
Yeah, it gives you the tools and the mindset to really go after your dreams and make a real impact.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to wrap up our deep dive into the 5 a.m. Club.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation.
It has. We've covered a lot of ground. But ultimately, it's up to each of us to take these insights and apply them to our own life.
Right. It's about taking action.
So if you're feeling inspired, if you're ready to make some changes in your life, give the 5 a.m. Club a try. You might be surprised by what you're capable of.
And don't forget to share your thoughts with us on social media. We'd love to hear what resonated with you and how you're incorporating these ideas into your own life.
Yeah, let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, happy reading and even happier living.